Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Review. So last Friday, all day Friday, I watched The Punisher Season 2. I've been waiting, let me confess that I've been wanting to wait for Punisher Season 2 for a while now. And it's finally out here. And the best I can say about it is practically mixed things, because some parts of it I really love, other parts I just sort of found myself thinking, we get on with this here folks. Well, in the beginning of the series we find Frank on the road, aimless, trying to be normal Frank. And he's at this bar, he's trying to hooking up with this one girl. And of course, there's this other girl who's clearly having problems and is running away from stuff. And this whole section could be considered sort of The Last of Us and Logan, aka the Punisher version of the story, in which she clearly knows something. She's being basically hunted by, I think, a Mennonite. Of course, I think in the Punisher comics version of the story, the guy's actually Amish. This girl has a secret, she's not very talkative, she's not cooperative, and that, quite frankly, is something that basically in all comic books sometimes happens, and quite frankly it does not actually prove a benefit. Stuff goes down in this bar, they leave, a religious man follows them, and you come to understand who this man is over the course of so many episodes, and you come to realize, wow, this is actually quite fascinating. Do I wish it was a better story? Yes, but I believe this is the best story they could come up with at this time and juncture. Now, of course, one of the more interesting episodes in this first 3 episodes is a sort of a ripoff of Assault on Precinct 13, in which, you know, hey look, the sheriff has to realize, hey yeah, I'm stuck with a bunch of prisoners, but the people out there are conceivably worse. And quite frankly, yes, people get shot and die. And now, of course, they come to realize, oh yeah, this all has connected to a couple played by Corbin Burnson and Ned O'Toole, and they're very much willing to kill for it, because at least there's some very powerful secrets and could lead to some possibly dangerous political consequences as well. Now, the second story here involves Billy Russo, and now I know some people are complaining over the internet, oh yeah, it's just some facial scars, he's too handsome to be Jigsaw. And but here's the thing, I have no qualms that Ben Barnes is doing the best he can with the scripts he got. It's not like Jigsaw is like the Punisher Warzone character. Now, God bless Dominic West, he was doing the best he can with that, but he was just like, and that was just an over-the-top interpretation of that character as well. This middle section, which is about 6 episodes, basically this whole section could be classified as the Joker and Dr. Harley Quinn, because the Doctor falls in love with them to a certain degree. Probably the biggest complaint I have about this is that the Amber Rose Reba character is treated shittily in this season. She's probably an alcoholic at best, and she falls in league with Frank to a certain degree, because Ben Barnes' character is constantly saying, oh, why would he want to attack me? What did I do to him? I don't deserve it. And in reality, you think to yourself, yes, you do deserve it. And these people are characteristically empty. I think Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio shows up for one episode and doesn't really necessarily help the Amber Rose Reba character to begin with. And we see a backstory of her not helping her after the events of the first season. Now, there's also a $5 million bounty on Castle's head towards the middle of the season. That would be a fascinating episode in and of itself, to see a whole bunch of hitmen go after Castle. Now, and again, it's like, oh yeah, people are realizing, oh yeah, the Punisher is alive. People won't be more at all. You've been told by the government twice that Castle is dead. Here's the thing, folks, and I wonder this with absolute sincerity. If you're beaten to a bloody pulp, would you be having conversations basically within hours of being beaten up to a bloody pulp? Because these attacks are brutal. I mean, the bar scene, the hotel scene. I mean, there's literally a scene down in a basement which is fairly brutal. I mean, the priest and Castle have it out towards the finale, and I'm just thinking, wow, this is brutal stuff. How can anyone survive this without being massively traumatized, just like Billy Russo? And outside of one character in this. I won't name who gets shot and dies. You clearly feel the effects of this person dying. But anyone else, it's just like, oh yeah, they miss or they just fall down to the ground. We never really see that. We only see their corpses from then on. Here's the thing: Russo's plan just isn't interesting. It takes a while if at all, for him to come up with a plan. And when it does, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna rob banks. That's really all I have planned for. People often complain about the fact that yes, the Marvel series are too long. This is 13 episodes. This could have easily been 7, 8, 9 episodes. Last year's Daredevil Season 3 was 13 episodes, but yes, it actually felt like it deserved to be 13 episodes. And thankfully, that only compete with one storyline. Here it's 2 competing storylines with the priest, who, yes, I would love to learn more about him. I love to learn what he's thinking. And yes, we do get to understand briefly his backstory and how he's basically sort of a religious version of Frank to a certain degree. We also get a very nice one-off with the Deborah Ann Wool character. It's just nice to see Karen Page in an episode again. We might not see her again for a very long time. Another thing I also found myself thinking, I found myself depressed throughout much of this season. I just found myself thinking, these characters are just empty. They have nothing going on in their lives that are really worth talking about. It's for the Emperor's Rebel character, her spirits are like, oh yeah, can you control a castle? And then one cop says, you can't control a castle, which actually pretty much proves the point that castle is not going to be controlled. There's a lot of stuff to love, a lot of stuff for me, that I just think to myself, what's the point here? I really felt the kill scenes in this scene. Because quite frankly, you felt every one of these kills that have gone on in this TV. And you also come to see Frank embrace who he is, even though you sort of realize, I don't want Frank to embrace the dark path that he's on. Do we wish there was a light at the end of the tunnel for Frank? Some of us probably will, others probably. So folks, Punisher Season 2, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself in knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes.